I'll fight you. I will fight you. No. No, I already had to listen to the war crime of the Sega thing.
Canucks. I realized that, like,
He's not Canadian.
it's not really beaten. That's happened to me every single time I've played this game. It's not really beaten Sonic Blast if we don't clear it with Knuckles and all the emeralds too,
Okay,
right?
do me a favor. Is this a joke? Is this like what is this? Is this an endurance test? Is this
This
like you
isn't a joke,
checking?
because this is dead serious.
Is this you checking that I'm gonna, continue to be here?
Is this just testing how long people will tolerate me?
Yeah, is that what this is? Do you
This.
know what you've done? You keep posting these videos just like you stabbed us in the back. Now take them down.
I'm glad you caught on to what I was saying earlier. I don't know how you could. I feel like just if you say
in
more
in
than 3 of the words in that video, we're just gonna assume that's what it is.
in truth, right? I didn't know how to follow it up.
You found a way.
Yeah, I mean it's not the strongest way, but
Oh no!
that's my mental state watching you play this.
Oh wait, do I need to go up there? Actually, I don't remember. I just know that it's not hard to find the special stage in level 1.
Thank you.
Oh, there we go.
Yep.
I just think that this is a really cool game and more people should appreciate it for what it is.
You are going to gain the world record for the only fucking person to play this game for as long as you have.
The only person who played past 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? There's that one channel that I've sent you that like is just like the biggest Sonic apologist ever, and his videos are good. That's not an insult. Not even you, because he made a video talking about why Sonic Labyrinth was a good game. Like he made a video talking about. He recently did one on R, and I agree with him on R. But this was the only one where he was like, he said it like this is like, I'm pretty sure he said this is their one bad game.
Look, you give me enough time and enough reason, I could probably. Labyrinth is like hear me out, right? And I'm not trying to defend my throne as the game apologist. I at least see where the fuck they're coming from on Labyrinth, right? Because it's a Game Gear game.
Right. I think his problems with the discourse of that game is more so not like that, like, is most people he heard complain about it didn't understand the game.
Like, oh my god, I don't like it because there's no speed.
I think it was, I don't know if it was that specifically, but it was just the whole, they dislike the game, but they also demonstrate that they don't understand how to play the game. Which I can understand being frustrating.
You know what? I'll say this, though. I don't understand the game either, and I still dislike it.
Right. I've played Sonic Labyrinth for like a total of 5 minutes. I do not have a strong opinion on it. I was not wowed by the 5 minutes I played, but
I don't like it.
Wait,
but
was that wasn't that supposed to be a boss?
No.
Wait a second. Did I get the emerald in the first one?
I think.
Oh, it made me restart the level. That's what happened. Okay, I forgot that fucking Blast does that.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you restart or go to a checkpoint.
You know what I love is that you're not gonna let us play a good Sonic game.
What good Sonic game?
There's multiple.
There's several.
Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't. It sure did. Okay.
What'd you say?
I said I don't even think this is a bad game. I've learned something. The older I get, the less patience I have for this kind of shit.
It's not a great game, but it's not.
But I do not. When I say I don't have patience, I don't have patience for like me sitting here and going, "This is a bad game." It's more of a, it's okay.
You know what I think what it is for me partially?
Not really bad. What?
I think it's that I haven't always skipped out on this one, so I feel like I haven't had like the experience of playing an old classic Sonic game since I was a kid, spending hours on like, DX or the Mega Collection, because I got to play Chaos, Triple Trouble. I got to play those. This one, 3D Blast, I never got to play Blast, and I feel like it's just like I am fucking around the fact that the series is still ongoing. We really didn't even have to do the second one with the Emeralds. We really didn't.
No, but I feel like it's a joke at this point, but I could be wrong.
It is a joke, but also I'm not minding it though, because like there's games where I would not do this,
Here's what I was trying to get at though. The biggest reason why I'm a game apologist is because I grew up with the NES.
Right.
So like that's the era like that I feel like so many people kind of like act like was a good era. There are more shit games on the NES than there are good ones, and you can try to tell me otherwise. And that, I guess that's my hot take for the year.
I believe you, because there's like I think there's just more. I think there's just in general, and I bet I get what you're saying. It's like you're saying it's more noticeable for SNES than other consoles, but what I'll say is like I think it's just like that with like everything in entertainment. There's a lot more good shitty TV shows than good TV shows. There's more bad movies than good movies. There's like
Well, yeah, I'm just saying like that's why I'm not so like hypercritical on like something like this, of where I could just go, it's okay, it's not bad. This game at its worst is nowhere close to.
Is nowhere close to what?
The worst NES game.
Right.
Like it's at least Sonic, and like
it's a very functioning game too.
Yeah, it's because like, and I don't even know. It's not even the worst out of like the 2D. It's just okay. I feel. I think if anything, thing I gotta give it shit for is being on the Game Gear, because you own half of this.
There we go. Yeah, I think it's just this game specifically, that water level's really annoying, but I will say without it, because like this is hardcore playing devil's advocate, because it's a bad level for sure, but without it, I think that this game would be like you'd beat it way too quickly, There wouldn't be like enough content in it,
I think here's my deal with it is that I have not played this game, and I swear to God I will not unless I like buy it. Because my rule for my show is I have to own the game. So I'm not gonna like talk about like I technically own it, but you know what I mean, right? Like I could avoid this one. I already talked about Origins Plus. But I feel like this isn't a bad game, and I feel like just because it has a bad level, like just because it has 2 bad levels, it's better to have 2 atrocious ass levels than the whole game being dog shit.
Right. Another thing I'll say about it too, on top of that, is that I do think that there's something kind of interesting about just like going through a game so many times, because I feel like the more you play a game, the more you're gonna pick up on things that you like about it and dislike about it. And if I just dismissed Blast right away because of the way it looks, like I will say this, it's like there is even something kind of satisfying about slowly getting better at a game just because you play it a bunch, even if it's not a good game.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think that this is a bad one, though. I don't think it's the worst Sonic game out there.
No, not even close.
I'm also one of the few people that will also tell you that there are way less bad Sonic games than people will say there are. I feel like people are very dramatic with Sonic.
Yeah, I mean, the only ones on this channel that we've covered so far, that have actually gone up, I should say, too, that I would call bad, is Sonic 4 Episode 1, Forces, and Schoolhouse, again, always feels like a cheap shot to me.
I feel like even then, argumentatively, I can apologize for 4. Like, yeah. I can see why people would like 4.
4 is like a personal gripe, too, for me,
Well, I don't think, like, here's the thing. People liked 4 back in the day, and I think if 4 came out today, right? I don't think it would be as loved. I think a lot of us just got hyped with the Sonic hat and you know, the fact that we're getting Sonic 4. I feel like that was really it. And you know, I don't know. I could be wrong. People might not have liked it back then, but I can remember people liking it and me being ambivalent because like Sonic 4 to me was like, oh, why'd they call this one 4? We already have the advanced games.
Right.
And, like,
I liked 4 when it came out, but when I replayed it for the channel, you know, it's I guess that's one bit of sentimental value it has to me is it was the first playthrough. But
yeah.
it's like I do like Episode 2. It's not a game that I like enough to where I really want to revisit it anytime soon. But I do like this. I feel like I've said this too many times. Like anyone who listens to all these playthroughs is just going to be like, "Up, they're saying this again. They're making this point again." But I guess that's going to happen, right?
Also, if somebody's watching through all these playthroughs, you are amazing, and we love you because because there's no. I'm surprised. I'm part of these, and I don't even watch every playthrough.
Most of them I do not watch a second time.
Look, I watch the playthroughs that I'm not on.
Those are, I mean, I get that, because it's like, okay, I didn't just experience this, I can just kind of listen to it. Yeah, I mean, I listened to some live streams that I wasn't there for, like the first Nicktoon All-Star Brawl that you and Matt did. I listened to some of that, because it was just like, alright, let's see what Matt and Chris were up to. Matt and Chris were up to earlier. Anyway, I think another thing that's just like, I feel like we've gotten good conversations out of this game, too. I do think it's a conversation piece in a weird way.
Well, here's the thing that's fun about it, is that Sonic Blast is, if I ever an episode on it, because the thing that's funny is I've noticed that I have weird focused moments in some episodes where I barely talk about the game and more or less of what it represents.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's what this episode it wouldn't be. I would not talk much about this game, except I would talk more about its presentation and
Right.
versus like gameplay, because the gameplay itself is just Sonic. Like,
yeah.
And to my knowledge, I could be wrong.
Nah, its control's pretty normal. It's a little slower because it's a Game Gear. In a lot of ways, it feels similar to Chaos and Triple Troubles. It's a little off, but
I think slower because of the models, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think they, to keep the game like looking good, because I don't know how many frames are missing, because I'm not going to sit there and count, nor do I care. But there's enough where they had to keep it slow. One, for the design, because it looks like the design itself is what keeps it slow. And two, it just looks like they didn't.
How do I kill that guy?
I don't know if you can.
Because I need to get into a ball to do it, but he's like.
Have you tried pressing down on the thumb or D-pad? I don't know which one you use. It didn't work. Okay.
D-pad. Oh, that's fucking annoying. Give me my fucking rings back, please.
I have a weird, stupid bias.
Alright, whatever.
When it comes to, like, these games and, like, a D-pad versus stick.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm waiting for the day where somebody, like, proves me wrong, because I always believe, like, a D-pad's better than a thumbstick for platformers. And I'm waiting for the day where it's, like, somebody makes a video and is like, yeah, well, actually, the thumbstick's more accurate, huh? And I mean, like, not just says wild shit, like, actually, like, there's...
Fuck. God damn it.
I've also, come to terms in my recent Metroid video that, like, I brought up a fact that, like, the stick control is bad on my DS.
Uh-huh.
But I even admit in the episode that might just be my DS because I ruined my 3DS because of Smash.
Maybe.
I think my DS is fucked. I played too much 3DS. I think I played it more than I played Wii U, actually.
It is easier to get that special stage of Knuckles.
Makes sense.
Because you just glide and then he bounces off the enemy.
But yeah, no, I remember 3DS. I remember one of my friends was part of the Nintendo Club. And they got a demo. Before, like, the demo actually came out.
Right.
I still have the original demo on my 3DS.
Nice.
I think we played it a few times, not too many. But like back in the Skype days, I could have swore that you guys played it.
I got it after I got my 3DS after the DS was released, but it's likely that you played it with like Zach or Stuart.
Yeah.
Because it took me a while to get my hands on a 3DS, but Smash Bros. Was the first game I got. That followed by Tomodachi Life, which I would like them to make a.
You know,
remake
I
of that.
feel like it's weird because everybody does.
Yeah.
Like every YouTuber I follow that is like a gaming one says like, yeah, it'd be really cool if they made a Tomodachi Life, or like not even that. A lot of them just want them to release it for the Switch. Like you can,
Right.
a port would be fine for most people.
Okay.
I'm
So it's like a
sorry that I
riveting
talk about.
conversation.
I'm absolutely sorry that I talk about my kid with you a lot.
No, don't fall. I'm glad you do. I'm glad that we're now both adults who can share stuff in our adult life together.
Well, no, what I really love is that, and it's something that I always act. This is why, to tell you how much I appreciate your friendship, you are like the second person to get a picture of Milo. You know.
I'm aware of that, and I've like even gloated about that before.
Like, you know, that is how much you mean to me. That like
Oh,
for
yeah.
that big of
No,
a moment that you were one of the you got it before my family did actually.
No, like I said, you've told me that, and it does mean a lot to me. I will say that, like, it does mean a lot to me. You and Olivia's friendship is, it does, yeah, it means a lot.
Which is why I'm here, fucking playing Sonic Blast with you again for a third fucking time.
Hey, you know what though? This might be one of the more enjoyable series we've recorded. I feel like there's been a lot of good bits.
Is this coming out before or after the one we did?
It's coming out probably after Rush.
Okay, cool. Yeah, as much as I love the game Rush, that was rough, especially the last half.
I just wasn't having a good time at the end of the game.
Not even like you were the issue, it's me having to deal with like one of my favorite childhood games has issues.
Well, right, and I mean, like, it's still a overall good game, but
it's great. I love it. It's just rough.
I feel like because it's a more significant entry, the pressure to actually complete it was there. And like, can we really not? Because it's like, oh, like Rush has a story. Are we really like with Blast? It really wouldn't have mattered, you know. Like, the only thing we'd be missing is a boss fight, and it's kind of not that great of a boss fight, honestly.
You know what I think is fun about Blast? Did we finish Chaos? Did we get all the emeralds for that?
We did. I still have to beat it, but.
Alright, well, let's beat it. But
I mean, that won't take a long time. We beat it in 43 minutes the first time.
Yeah,
and now I'm already halfway through it.
I think the one thing that's great about watching this one, though, and it makes me almost, is these boss fights are so damn unique.
They are very unique. They are unique fights. I'd say this is probably the best one, because there is actually kind of it's actually kind of challenging. You have to like time it well, and it's unique, and it's not like there's not another fight in the series that I can say looks like it. I like the spear one from before it too.
Oh, the Sun Wukong one?
Yeah, you keep calling it like the actual thing. Like I just say, oh, it's Spearman.
Now.
It's time to like hate this fucking game again.